as Brandon Bird would say, let's go golfing.
And we are Hello and welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson here, live from sunny Montrose. Without a cloud in the sky, we took the 5-hour drive down I-70, and we are here nestled at the base of Black Canyon National Park, and it was a beautiful drive in. It is a nice day. As we said, not a cloud in the sky, and we're ready for some football, Dylan.
Yeah, excited to see that once-a-year matchup, maybe twice a year, come playoff time between Tigers and the Redhawks. It's going to be a fun one.
You know, this year features a couple interesting little quirks in the schedule. Seems like Montrose always comes to Erie. We return the favor. Windsor always comes to Erie. There was that weird scheduling oddity during COVID. It just happened where the schedule falls every year. Windsor has been to Erie. They've been to Erie 4 straight times this year. Erie goes to Windsor. So we're returning a couple trips, and the Tigers hoping to return a favor here today, where Montrose came in last year. They wanted to avenge a loss, and they really pushed these Tigers around.
Yeah, last year, as some might recall, it was that rainy day. It was a little cold. Tigers really had trouble keeping control of the ball in that game, and then the defense really just fell apart against that strong run game of Montrose, and it was just a high-scoring affair that the Tigers unfortunately did not win.
And today we expect maybe a little bit of defensive adjustment from the Tigers. You see an offense that you rarely see, but we got a chance to catch up with defensive coordinator Jordan Graff before the game. He talked about a couple changes they're going to make today. I think we're going to see an extra defensive lineman in there. I think we're going to see a safety drop into the box, and we're going to see kind of more of a 4-4 front, which is really just adding one more of each. And they might make things a little more simple, but one thing that they have up their sleeve that they didn't really have a year ago, Dave Hageman is coaching the D-line. He played D-line for Army back in the 90s. He's seen the triple option. I think that's what he's been coaching these guys to kind of get off their blocks. And what we've seen so far, Dylan, we've done an excellent job both in Florida and last week against Mullen at stopping the run.
Yeah, Tigers last week for a large majority of the game, they held Mullen to a negative net yardage on the ground. And then in Florida, they did a great job against a very quick Vanguard team. And that was using a 3-3 front. And if they add another 2 defenders in the box, maybe they will find some success tonight against Montrose.
Well, we talked about Montrose making the trip to Erie, and you might get all the warm and fuzzy feelings back if you travel back a couple years ago to the 4A semifinal. We wanted to recap that, all of those highlights from that game. So let's travel back in time 2 years ago and relive maybe the best game in Erie Tiger Network history. First and 10, Barnett, ball spotted at the far hash at the 14. He catches, looks right, fires the curl to Oxiger, has it over the middle, and he somersaults into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown. And so the first drive of the game, the Tigers find Pater, and it's a 14-yard strike from Blake Barnett to Aiden Oxiger, who's been quiet for much of this year due to an injury. And the Tigers need him in a big way today, and he comes through with a touchdown. And it is a 6-0 lead here for Erie with 8:10 remaining in the first quarter. So it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 6. Wareham under center. Now looks to the sideline, and I think Montrose either trying to signal. It looked like they were signaling for a timeout. Instead, they were just signaling the play in. Second and goal here. Wareham really taking his time, checking the play at the line. Now sends a man in motion. The little give over the right side and slicing his way through the defense and plunging into the end zone is Blake Griffin. He's got a 6-yard touchdown, and we are all tied here. To the line, under center, double wing, hard count. Tigers don't jump. Now he'll look off to the sideline. Tiger defense still watching that ball. They don't want to be caught off guard. Now they're crowding, showing blitz up the middle in the A gap. They'll back out of that with McConnell and Malik. Here comes the handoff on the end around, and the Tigers are there. It's C.J. Reeves. He came up and made the stop at the line, and then falling forward for about an extra yard that time was Gabe Miller. He'll pick up 1, but that'll bring up 4th and about 4 here for Montrose. So now they have a decision to make here toward midfield. Do you punt it or do you go for it here on 4th down? Tiger sideline trying to get the crowd to be loud. They don't want them to shuttle in the play so easily. Montrose really taking their time here. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a timeout. Now they're out of the huddle. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. 4th and 4. Wareham under center. He's got double wing in the backfield. There's the snap. He'll run play action. Rolling to his right. Looks downfield. Well covered. Knocked away. Excellent coverage that time. Derek Hall was with the tight end step for step. That was Ashton Oberg. And he just reached up his left paw and knocked it down. And a turnover on downs for Montrose. And it'll be Tiger ball with 7:34 remaining here in half number 1. Got to think about using your timeouts. Maybe waiting to see if Montrose will get a first down. There's the handoff. No, a little pitch out to the far side. Get in the corner for the pylon. And that's a touchdown. A touchdown for Ethan Hartman with 1:24 remaining here in the first half. Slung down right as he gets to the 30, and that's exactly where they will spot him here. So the Tigers will need to go 70 yards in 1 minute and 15 seconds. They do have 3 timeouts. Barnett takes the snap here on first down, being flushed from the pocket, looks, will throw down the sideline. He has Thyssen over the 40, across the 30, dragging a defender down to the 26. And a big pickup there for Caleb. 44 yards, 45 yards on the pitch and catch there. Barnett rolled to the near side and had Thyssen on the little shark wheel. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers, minute 10 remaining. Barnett in the shotgun, he'll switch. It's Kana now in for Thyssen. Gets it, he'll just run it straight behind Kana. Has the edge, good block by Kana, and Barnett will roll out of bounds, but a good pickup there from the 25 all the way down to the 10, a 15-yard pickup. That was well blocked that time by the Tigers. 1:01 remaining. Now if you're Erie, do you need to slow down a little bit? Still have all 3 timeouts. Got to imagine we'll see a running play with Thyssen. Here's the snap. It's the same exact play. Left side keeper by Barnett, angling toward the goal line. And, man, that's just – he's not touched till he's well down the field. It picks up 8, and he's 2 yards short of the goal line. 41 yards rushing now for Blake Barnett, who's a little bit hobbled coming into today. Or maybe not even a little bit, but maybe somewhat significantly. But if he's anything like his older sister, it won't matter. Toughness in that Barnett family. 2nd and 2 now. Barnett in the shotgun has Thyssen flanking him to his left. Hard count. Here's the snap. The give to Thyssen. Lowers the head and plows across the goal line with 15 seconds left here in the first half. And so the Tigers strike, and they strike real fast on a 2-yard touchdown plunge by Caleb Thyssen. And the Tigers an extra point away here from tying it up with 15 ticks on the clock left. Under center, Tigers trying to stack the box. Wareham takes the snap, hands it off. Griffin plows forward in for the touchdown. So Griffin, a 1-yard touchdown run, gives Montrose the lead again with 1:46 remaining here in the third quarter. Yes, technically it was south to north on the field orientation. Tigers going right to left on your radio dial. 1st and 10 here. Barnett looks, has all day, fires, has Lettuce. And Lettuce got snapped in half when he caught it, but he held on to it across the 50 into Montrose territory at the 47. Ball just across the 40 into Montrose territory. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got trips to the right side. Barnett claps the hands. Here comes the blitz from Montrose. Barnett being flushed to his right, trying to elude a defender. Oh, he fumbles the ball. He put it up in the air. The Tigers are trying to get to it. Did Montrose pop on it? They did. Barnett was trying to throw it. It slipped out of his hand. The ball hit the turf, and the Montrose Indians have jumped on it at the 46-yard line and have taken it over with the lead and 10:42 remaining. 6-yard pickup there for Griffin. So 1st and goal from the 4. Man, you got to think a touchdown probably ends this game unless the Tigers can recover an onside kick, but they also got a score, which they haven't done in this half. Tigers on the brink here. Montrose trying to punch their ticket to the state championship next week. Wareham under center. Hands it, Griffin up the middle, spins at the goal line, and he's in for a touchdown, a 4-yard score for Blake Griffin, and it's a 2-score game for the Indians. And now if you're the Erie offense, you're in desperation mode. Here's the extra point for Montrose. They've been a little dicey today, but they've been successful. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's pulled, but it is still just inside that upright, and it is a 14-point lead here for Montrose with 5:45 remaining here. And if you're Erie, not only do you need a score, but you need to score quickly. You do have all 3 timeouts. You'd like ideally to use none of them here on this drive. Oh, we've talked about them facing adversity. What happens when they find themselves trailing on the scoreboard? And that's what we have here right now. That'll bring up 1st and 5. Under 5 minutes now as the clock is running. Barnett gets the snap. Looking, has the fade route. He's wide open as Klickna catches it with his fingertips. He slowed up a little bit, and he had to jump up, and he fell backward at the 20-yard line is where he hauled that one in. And that was a 40-yard pitch and catch from Barnett to Klickna. Now Barnett again, looking, has pressure in his face, fires over the middle, and Klickna makes the sliding grab over the middle. Big back-to-back catches there by Klickna. That from the 20 down to the 5, a little 15-yard pickup. Tigers trying to go quickly, 4:23 remaining. They have it 1st and goal now, just outside the 5. Barnett hands it off. Kana knifes through the hole, tries to press it down, and he's stopped inside the 1. A little 5-yard pickup there. The Tigers got to go quick, though. Barnett to the line under center. He's going to sneak it, and he will score. Touchdown, Tigers. 4:02 remaining. That was lickety split for Erie. You needed that. You still got 3 timeouts. And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 4:02 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Tigers trail it by 7 here. So glad you could join us, whether it's on the NFHS network or on our YouTube stream. Over 500 of you listening because you're not seeing anything. It's just black. So the Tigers lining up in their usual little dummy onside kick. The question is, do they do it here? And they will. Here's the little poocher toward the sideline. The Tigers get it. They get it, and they run it up the sideline. Oh, it was so well executed. It was a player that was split out to the near side. Sean Thomas Francisco. The Tigers clumped in the middle, and Dom perfectly placed it like a soccer cross to the near side, and Sean Thomas came up and scooped it up. No one was there for Montrose. It was like a little designed pass route almost. Holy cow! What a play. The referees are going to talk. I don't think that he can advance the ball after a recovery. It'll still be Erie ball, but I think this will be back toward where Sean Thomas caught it. He caught it and took off up the sideline. It's still going to be Erie ball. So it's still Erie ball, and the fans are going wild. What an onside kick. I've never seen anything like that. The Tigers all huddled up near the middle except Sean Thomas, who, if I had to guess, was probably standing like he was standing on the sideline. And Montrose never accounted for him. That was immaculate. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Montrose 48. Instant classic. Ball spotted at the near hash. Barnett in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to his right, has Klickna, fires, jumps, catches it, spins, gets tackled down shy of the 40 and 7-yard pickup there on 1st down from Barnett to Klickna. And right now that's the connection that is rolling for the Tigers. 2nd and 3. Ball just outside the 40. Barnett with trips to the near side, takes the snap, hands off Thyssen, runs it around the right side, trying to get to the corner. Oh, man, he is hammered as he got maybe a yard. It looked like he was going to have the 1st down easy, and then all of a sudden an absolute rocket dressed in white came up and pelted him out of bounds. So 3rd and 2 here for the Tigers. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got trips to the near side. Gives it. Thyssen submarines his way for a 1st down. Needed 2, picked up 3, and got the 1st down. 2:56 and counting here. Tigers trail at 21-28 here in this one with the ball driving. They got the onside kick. And now trying to score again. Barnett with it, fakes, looking, fires the deep outcut. It's Oxiger with it across the 25, and he spills down just in bounds. Clock will continue to run, but another good play there of about 13 yards from Barnett to Oxiger. They'll give him 14 on the play. And for Big Ox, that's his 4th catch of the day for 52 yards, 2:25 and counting. Ball spotted at the Montrose 23. 2 wide to each side. They'll send Klickna in motion to the far side. Barnett will roll the pocket, looks, fires over the middle through a tight window, and Oxiger with the catch, and he'll pick up 9 yards. And that's one of those that kind of makes you clench up when you see that ball whistle through the air. So that'll bring up 2nd and 1. 2 minutes and counting. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got Thyssen flanking him to his left, 2 wide to each side. Barnett catches, looks, now flush to his left, has a man in the end zone, it's Klickna, he catches for a touchdown with 1:43 left. And the Tigers are holding up 1, and they're an extra point away here from tying this up. And we're trying to see where that ball was snapped from, so we know how many yards that was. Let's see, that was a 14-yard pass play. And Barnett and Klickna have been magical. Tigers will shift it back for the extra point here. 1:43. Got to execute here. And Coach Geiger trying to get a timeout, and he does. came on late. He might consider going for 2. He wants to talk it over. He had 3 timeouts. Oh, man, you burn a timeout for that. And I don't think you call a timeout to adjust the extra point. I think you call a timeout because you want to go for 2. Oh, Tiger fans, I can barely catch my breath here trying to call this one. I can't imagine how you Erie fans and Montrose fans are feeling at home. This is quite the game. Holy cow. So let's see what the Tigers do here. I'm looking for Barnett. I think he's in the team huddle here. So it looks like the Tigers are going to go for 2 here. They want to go for 2 and take the lead. They don't want this to come down to an extra point. We saw this against Pueblo East a few years ago, and it worked. A lot of time left on the clock. So here we go. The Tigers going for 2 to try and take the lead. 1:43 left. It'll be an untimed down. With the ball spotted at the 3. Tigers quickly out of the huddle and quickly to the line of scrimmage. They'll quickly snap the ball. Barnett will run it to the left side, trying to get to the corner. He dives across the goal line, and he scores, and the Tigers take a 1-point lead. The stadium is literally shaking. They are pounding on the press box windows. Holy cow, Tiger fans. Can you believe this? With 1:43 left to go, the Tigers have a 1-point lead. This is a magical Saturday, and this is far from over, Tiger fans. 2 timeouts for the Tigers, 1 for Montrose. Ball spotted between the hashes. That's where Montrose will take it. 1st and 10. Warham under center. He'll roll on the play action, looking downfield. Fires wide open on the far side. It's caught across the 40, the 50-yard line. No one from the Tigers saw the backside wheel route, and that one's all the way into Erie territory at the 40-yard line. A gain of 40 yards. And I think that was Hartman on the catch. That was a amazing play design, and no one was there on the backside for Erie. 1st and 10 now from the 40, 1:16. Here's the play action. Oh, they'll run the little reverse. It's, a fumble! The Tigers, did they jump on it before it went out of bounds? They did! They did! The Tigers recover the fumble! The Tigers jump on the loose football! Oh, Blake Griffin coughed it up as he crossed the 35, and the Tigers recover. Oh, with 1:08 left, they are going to win this thing. What an incredible turn of events this 4th quarter has brought. Oh, my goodness. And we're looking to see if we can figure out who recovered. I think it was Caleb Thyssen. Who recovered that one? Caleb Thyssen on the recovery. I got goosebumps, folks. Holy cow. What a game this has been. Still feels like it's not over yet. And now a timeout on the field. And the Tigers, Montrose has 1 timeout, so if you're Erie, you just got to kneel it. 1:08 remaining, 29-28. The 4th quarter has been something that will go down in Erie lore, that's for sure. You're down 14 with a little over 5 minutes to play. You went down and scored with about 4 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock. A perfectly executed onside kick. You score again, and then you force. All righty. Well, you got to look there at the Montrose game from 2021. That's always a fun scroll down memory lane. Off air, we were talking about probably the best game in Erie Tiger Network history in terms of excitement, the result we like, and just checked all the boxes of just a legendary game. Well, the Tigers, we're waiting for them to come out on the field. It is a pretty good crowd here in Montrose, a town of 20,000, and we expect at least a couple thousand in attendance tonight. 5-hour drive, and one of the unique things, a longer trip than flying to Florida. So this is a longer road game, I think, than the Florida trip. Of course, that's a little bit of hyperbole, but yeah, I think you get the gist. So to me, that's a factor. How do the Tigers kind of come out with energy? You got up, you got on a bus, you sat on a bus for over 5 hours, and then you got to a gym and you basically sat around a gym. Some of the kids were playing hacky sack, walking around, but not a whole lot of activity. Now you're asked to ramp up and bring a ton of energy because you have to have a ton of energy to stop this Montrose offense.
Yeah, it's something that Montrose has done well in the past, coming to Erie and winning football games off the long bus ride, and Tigers need to return the favor tonight. And it's going to take a good effort from both the offense and the defense, and especially the special teams tonight for the Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers do drive back tonight, so long trip. You want that bus ride to be an enjoyable one. That's always kind of the mantra. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have kickoff here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wasn't born a leader.
It wasn't given to me.
I couldn't buy it.
How'd I get here?
I decided.
I decided.
I decided.
I decided.
Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Front range left.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson, and the ETN crew. Ian McGuire is up here. Carson Frage. How do you say your last name?
Frage.
My bad. I was close, but not close enough. A couple notes before we get this kicked off. We are streaming off of our mobile hotspot. We're a little concerned that we might drop at some point. We're recording this game just in case we drop. We can upload it in its entirety later. That's our backup plan. The other issue here is we are at a terrible angle for a camera. That's just the way it is. There might be people walking in front of the camera every once in a while. We'll do our best to mitigate what we can, but we have what we have. No scoreboard out here tonight. You know, we drove 5 hours. We're getting this game to you live for free on the Erie Tiger Network. So we're making it happen. It's just not going to be the best broadcast from a technical standpoint. So just wanted to get that out of the way. No more apologies, because you're about to watch Tiger football live here on the Erie Tiger Network. And they lost the coin toss. Montrose elected to defer, and Erie will take the ball. And I tell you what, Dylan, you play against a team that runs the ball as much as Erie. Man, it's so important to score first.
Yeah, Tigers really need to jump out to that early lead. Quick drive if possible, but a long drive wouldn't be too bad. But Tigers just need some momentum coming off that long bus ride.
So here we go. Montrose set to kick this one deep from the 40. And this one is an onside kick, and it will not go 10 yards. Oh, and the Tigers tried to jump on it. Why did you do that? Tigers they do get it, but that was a little dangerous.
Looked like it was going to roll 10 yards, but I thought it touched a Montrose player before it got there either way. Tigers, great field position to start tonight.
All right, I guess they wanted to give an onside right back, and that'll work out for the Tigers. So excellent field position to start for Erie. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the Montrose 49. As you can see, half of the field awash in sun, the other half in shadow. That's going to make this also a little bit interesting here from a viewing aspect. So no score here, 12 minutes. Tigers will start it actually from the 48.
No numbers on the field as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Ian's going to help us spot here. Barnett drops a pass. He'll throw the swing route out to Lusk. Right side, he's got the open field. 10 yards more, first down, and tumbles across the 30 down to the 29. And a big gain there on first down for the Tigers. A pickup there of 19 from Barnett to Gavin Lusk.
Yeah, good start there for the Tigers. They really need to get Gavin Lusk going early in this game. He struggled against Vanguard. He had a great game against Mullen last week. And if he makes an impact here, Tigers are going to have a good chance.
Barnett in the shotgun to the far hash. He'll take the snap, pulls it on the read, goes around the right side, makes a man miss, cuts upfield, and gets corralled out of bounds. A gain there of 5 for Barnett on the carry. And a good job in the read option there for Blake.
Yeah, good late read by Barnett, as a lot of bodies crashing in the trenches, and he bounced outside, picked up a few yards.
We'll give him 4 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 here. 11:45 remaining here in the first. No score here on the Erie Tiger Network. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got 2 wide to the near side. Gets the snap, runs read again. This time gives it off to Lusk, and he was gobbled up as he crossed the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, important 3rd down early in this game for the Tigers. Not quite in field goal range, but approaching it if you pick up a few yards.
So 3rd and a long 5 here for the Tigers. Barnett has a man split out here to the near side, 2 to the short side of the field. Tiger quarterback gets the snap, throws it, and airmails it to his intended target. He was trying to hook up there with Donnie. And Donovan O'Brien, a little bit too tall on that one. And so that'll bring up 4th and 5, and that's in that area of the field where you just got to go for it from the 24.
Yep, not a bad starting position for Montrose if they get a stop here, and it's not bad for the Tigers if they pick up the first down.
So 4th down here. Barnett gets it. He's being blitzed. Going to step up in the pocket. He's going to be sandwiched, and he'll be about a 2 yard short. So a 3 yard pickup there for Blake Barnett. And Montrose stops the Erie offense after the onside kick. So not a great start for the Tiger offense, and they will turn it over on downs.
Yep, just not much going there in the downfield area for the Tigers. Barnett tried to scramble, but good heads-up play by the defenders for Montrose, and their offense gets onto the field.
So they will start right at the 20-yard line where the nose of the football is. Montrose taking a peek at the sideline. You see the Tigers there with 8 guys in the box. You have your corners tight. You have your safety only 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. Here's the give up the middle to Blake Griffin, and he's a little shaken up, slow to get up, but picks up 6.
Yeah, that's a lot of options there in the backfield for Montrose. Definitely a little tough to track.
And a good job by Wareham carrying out his fake. I actually thought he had it there for a second, was taken off to the races. And actually that is, Gage Wareham, just different number than last year. Wareham will give it to the fullback, and that is Griffin again, I think. And that's a gain of only 1 or 2.
Yep, big third down coming up for Montrose.
3rd and long 2 here. And it didn't feel like the Tigers ever stopped to run for that short at all last year.
Yep, and Montrose finally some wideouts.
Montrose will split one wide to the near side. Wareham will again go under center. They'll send a man in motion. They hand it off to Griffin right up the middle, and he just plows his way forward. He'll pick up 4 yards and a first down. And as you might imagine, that is the Montrose offense. 4 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yep, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it for Montrose.
3 straight gives to Blake Griffin on this opening drive. Shoot, we'll have a little bit of airtime to fill between snaps. They're not necessarily a hurry up and run it. They'll take their time a little bit. Wareham sends a man in motion. He'll give it to that wing back, a little stretch play on the outside, and a great tackle, a TFL by Ronan Ward out there on the edge, flying in there, lassoing the running back around the feet, and a loss of 1. I'm not sure who had the carry there.
That was a very good play by Ward to bounce outside and get to that edge first, and a good open field tackle.
That was Evans on the carry, Deshaun Evans, and a loss of 1. Now Wareham under center. Hand off to Griffin up the middle, and the Tigers do a good job just stacking up there. And tell you what, they did what they needed to do, only a gain of 1. That makes a 3rd and 10 for a team that doesn't like to put the ball in the air.
Yep, and great work in the trenches by the Tigers. Forced the running back for Montrose to run into his own player. And long 3rd down for Montrose to pick up.
So 3rd and 10 for the Hawks. They'll come quickly to the line out of the huddle. Now they'll split guys out wide. They have a numbers advantage out here. Now Barnett sees it. They'll motion a man out of the backfield. It's a little screen down the middle, and it must have been a tackle eligible. And, you know, that trick play will get him a first down. A 13-yard pickup from Wareham to the tackle eligible player. Not sure who caught that one.
Yeah, Tigers didn't recognize that 57 Tosi was ineligible on the near side and guarded him like he was a wideout. A good play designed by the Hawks.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10 again for the Hawks. Gotta love that creative play design. Hand off to Griffin, and he fights his way. Man, he is tough to get down on the Tigers. We'll just have to play that smash mouth style today, a pickup of 5, maybe 6 yards, and that is successful. If you are Montrose, you just want to live in 2nd and 5, 3rd and 3 or 2 all day, and if you do that, then you're on script.
Yep, Tigers need to force Montrose into short gains in early downs.
2nd and 6 here. Tigers almost jump. Second and 4 here, rather. Wareham under center. Man in motion. They'll give it to that motion man. Trying to get to the edge. And, ooh, Carson Hageman pulled him down, and then he took a shot from his own teammate. And a 5-yard pickup. Ball carrier.
And another good work in the option from Montrose. Nobody on the edge there for the Tigers and a first down.
So 1st and 10 Ball at the near hash. Wareham sends a man in motion. Keeps it now. Pitches it on the reverse. And no one is there for Erie. That was a crafty play, and that's going to be a touchdown. That was Jason Killen. You sure about that? Yeah. Jason Killen killing the Tigers right there.
Yep, and nobody stayed home on the far side for the Tigers. Hard to read that through all of the bodies, and Montrose, with a couple of really nice play designs, leads them to a touchdown drive.
And I am not sure how far that run was. I think it was 40 yards, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, about 40.
It looked like the straight up option. They're going for 2, by the way, and they'll get it. So 8-0 lead here for Montrose. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Well, welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. I know the people were standing up there. In the touchdown run. It just is what it is, folks. Just is what it is. I don't know. What do you point at there, Dylan?
Scoreboard.
Oh, 8-0. The score here. Montrose leads it with 6:12 remaining in the first quarter. The Tigers got it down to the 20, but turned over on downs. Montrose took over, and a nice 80-yard drive. By the way, that touchdown run, 43 yards if we just did the math right on the rest of our drive chart. There you go. So now maybe they'll send it deep. And they will. And the Tigers will return. Oh, and a big hit. And I think that was Preston Terranova on the return.
That was, and a good coverage from Montrose. Tigers starting from the 20.
Tigers
25, excuse
me. The misplay that last drive was the poor throw from Barnett over Donovan's head. You convert that, you probably score. So it's the little things that the Tigers have to perfect here today. 1st and 10. Ball spotted in the near hash. The shadow playing interesting tricks down there in the field. They'll run Reed to Lusk, and Lusk will fight through an arm tackle and submarine his way forward for a couple of yards. And so far, the Tigers only 2.5 yards a carry. Got to get that run game going a little bit better here if you're Erie.
Yeah, definitely tough on the grass field, or a little bit less accustomed to are the Tigers. But they need to adapt quickly if they want to get back in this game.
2 wideouts to each side of the formation. It's Lusk in the backfield with Barnett. 5:30 remaining here in the first. Tigers trail it 8-0. Barnett in the shotgun, takes a snap, runs RPO, throws it to Meredith, makes a man miss, still breaking tackles, and Meredith just fighting through defenders for a nice gain across the 40 up to the 42.
Yeah, and as Montrose makes the triple option their bread and butter, Tigers are very good at using that RPO to their advantage, and there's a good pickup for the Tigers on 2nd down.
11-yard pickup there. And now the Tigers will go quad to the near side. Barnett alone in the shotgun. They've got numbers out there if they want to do a now. Barnett will look that way. Now he'll stop, flush to his right. He's going to fake a pass, take it himself. Still on his feet down the sideline, and finally corralled out of bounds in Montrose territory inside the 40 down to the 38.
Yeah, and the way Barnett ran that, it looked like it was almost a designed scramble. With more numbers on this side of the field, Barnett decided to go to the far side, and a good run there, and Tigers into Red Hawks territory.
They'll give him 21 on the play there. And now Barnett quickly to the line of scrimmage. Ball spotted at the far hash. 4:55 remaining here in the quarter. Tigers trail it 8-0. Read option. Barnett keeps it himself, and he is dragged down. That was probably a misread. He did get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, definitely a tough little read there from Blake. There was 2 defenders right in his face, and he decided to try to make the play himself, but good defense from the Redhawks.
So 2nd and 10 here for Erie. Tigers taking their time here. Ball spotted right between the hashes, 2 wide to each side. Barnett barking out the play, gets the low snap, drops back, steps up in the pocket, throws it wide open, man underneath it, Sweeney. Sweeney has it up the sideline and drags a defender across the 20, down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, not sure exactly what happened there in coverage for the Hawks, but Alex Sweeney found himself wide open with room in front of him, and he gets into the red zone for the Tigers for the first time tonight.
22 yards on the pickup from Barnett to Sweeney. Tigers in the red zone here. Ball spotted at the 15 on the near hash. 4:09 remaining here in the first quarter. 8-0. Montrose leads it. Barnett from the shotgun gets the snap, runs read, gives it to Lusk on the outside, turns the corner, has it across the 10, stiff arms a man, breaking through tackles, and finally shoved out of bounds as he approaches the first down marker. It'll depend on the spot, and they'll give it to him. Pickup of 11 there for Lusk, his longest run of the day, and the Tigers will now have it 1st and goal at the Montrose 10.
And that's exactly what the Tigers need from Gavin Lusk, just bouncing off tackles to the outside, getting to the edge, and picking up first downs.
Tigers quickly to the line of scrimmage. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got an H-back, and Lusk flanking him to his right. Takes the low snap, throws the slant. It's caught, pulled down for a Tiger touchdown, and Erie back to within a point. Josh Levine on the touchdown pass. And a nice little pitch and catch there between the 2 friends of Barnett and Levine.
Yep, simple little slant route there from Levine, and Tigers answer very quickly.
So 3:35 remaining here in the first quarter of play, and right now it is 6-8. Tigers trying to go for 2 to match Montrose. And it's Ronan Ward in the shotgun here. Now Ronan will motion everyone in. The Tigers will kick the extra point. And it will be Tyler Hoffman, the left-footed kicker. Low snap on the ground. What a hold by Ronan, and the kick is up and good. Wow! Ronan saving the hold there, and we are within a point. 8-7. We'll take a quick timeout here in the Erie Tiger Network.
Have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you. Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 3:35 remaining here in the first quarter. The Tigers trail it by a point here in Montrose at the Montrose High School Stadium, and they will kick this one deep here to the Hawks. The last time the Tigers beat them, they were the Indians, and now they are the Hawks. Are they the Red Tail Hawks, or is that only Cheyenne Mountain? They might just be the Red Hawks, or they might just be the Hawks. I don't know.
Go Red Hawks is what that sign says down there.
Okay. All right, so Hoffman set to kick this one deep. Returner starting to back up a little bit. And this one is nicely struck. It's going to be fielded at the 4. And good job tripping up the return man for the Tigers. That was Carson Hageman that got down there.
Yep, and good coverage by the Tigers, something that they had a little struggle with last week against Mullen, and definitely some struggles with against Vanguard 2 weeks ago.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks from the 24. 3:30, the start of drive number 2 for the Hawks.
The key on defense for the Tigers here is to get a stop early in the downs, early in the set, early in the series.
Hawks quickly to the line. Wareham under center. He is going to give it up the middle to Griffin. And in the mass of humanity, somehow I think I tracked that ball and a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, good stop there on first down from the Tigers on that inside run. The best play for Montrose, in my opinion, has been that jet sweep slash some trickery.
Well, that was the only time the Tigers got a tackle for a loss and a tackle for 5 yards, but then you had the pitch. That was incredible. That was such a good play. 2nd and 8 here. Wareham quickly to the line. Gives it into the belly of Griffin again. And again, the Tigers do a pretty good job there. You know what? That makes it 3rd and 6. So that's what you want if you're Erie. Can you hold them to under 3 yards on the first 2 carries? And if you can, you give yourself a chance here. So 3rd and a long 5 maybe here for Montrose. Wareham quickly to the line. Has that double wing look. One split out to the far side. They'll send a man in motion. Hard count. Tigers almost jump. And now Wareham will back out. Just be aware, Tigers. Sometimes trickery.
Yeah.
We've seen Montrose. They are a tricky team. They'll do the Statue of Liberty play like we saw. We've seen that little wheel route out of the backfield. Here comes the little reverse pivot, handoff up the middle. First down yardage and more as Griffin breaking tackles, and he drags Hageman across the 50 into Erie territory.
Not sure what happened there. Tigers maybe thought they had gotten Griffin down. He would have picked up the first down yardage either way, but then the extra yardage after contact, and all of a sudden Montrose into Erie territory.
37-yard pickup there. Tell you what, you have got to tackle with cruel intentions against Montrose. You cannot let them run through arm tackles. 1:41 remaining here in the first quarter. The Tigers trail it by 1, 8-7. Montrose, the quick snap. There's play action. They'll throw the fade. It's caught. And Blake Barnett coming up trying to punch the ball out. I think he did, but the Montrose player jumped right on it.
And they're going to throw a flag there.
Yeah, for what? For what? Isn't that allowed? They're saying, I don't know.
Yeah, Tigers just got lost in coverage on that play. Their two receivers came out quickly, and Tigers didn't get anybody onto this side, and there was one receiver on the far side Tigers never picked up. And more trickery from Montrose, and they're in the red zone.
45 yards on the pass play. I didn't see who had the catch. Is that Tosi again? So 1st and goal at the 2. And this is nearly impossible. I think that was Zimmer, by the way, on the catch. Wareham under center. Takes the snap, gives it up the middle, and Blake Griffin will bulldoze his way in the end zone. A 2-yard touchdown, and Montrose will make it a touchdown lead again. 14-7, 1:13 remaining. A 76-yard drive for Montrose.
It was really just those 2 big plays for the Redhawks there.
Montrose going for 2 again. Wareham checks the sideline. There's the handoff on the second man around, and he will dive his way over Preston Terranova for the 2-point conversion. So a 16-7 lead, Montrose on top. We'll take a quick timeout here in the Erie Tiger Network.
Go to where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo. It's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson here with you. Montrose leads it 16-7, 1:13 remaining here in the first quarter. And Montrose, through the passing game and trick plays, I mean, that's their calling card, is misdirection and deception within this offense. How much of it can you create? How much can you get the defense sucked in and keyed in on one thing before you just hammer them with something they haven't seen? Another onside kick, and we're going to have an offside false start call on Montrose. So they try it again, and I got to tell you, if I'm a Montrose fan, I love that. I love it. It's high school football. I'm just of the opinion you should always try an onside because field goals are not the factor that they are in college football and pro. So I like the onside kick.
Yeah, and it almost worked there again for Montrose. And the defense has been working well enough for Montrose. They got to stop on that first drive after giving up an onside kick. Or after Tigers recovered an onside kick. And so why not go for it again?
And I think they maybe just like the numbers advantage, too, when they step up to kick. They say, we'll send it 10. We got more guys in the area than you do. Stop it. Luckily for the Tigers, it's worked out both times. And the penalty will back Montrose up. And let's see what they decide to do here with Ward and Terranova. And there will be a kick angling toward the sideline, and that's going to bounce out of bounds. And so one thing is you can't try to outsmart Montrose. You just have to, I think, keep it simple and make the small plays.
Yeah, Tigers just need to do everything right. All the small things right, as you just said. And on defense, they need to step up and make a couple of big plays. It's really, at this point, Tigers just need 1 or 2 stops, in my opinion.
I like this. The Tigers are saying, you want to kick it out of bounds? We're not going to take the yardage. Re-kick. So they're going to back up Montrose again, and they have to kick again. So I like this.
Yeah, Montrose.
I hope it works out.
Yeah. Yeah, Montrose kicker hasn't been kicking it as deep as Tyler Hoffman has. So this could work out very well for the Tigers if it's a short kick.
The returners for the Tigers are on or around the 20. So they should have decent field position here. And they might, they're in trouble to delay a game here. Oh no, I thought the official was counting down. Instead he whistled it ready for play. We just don't want to see another 3-hour and 45-minute game.
Yeah.
1:13 remaining here in the quarter. Tigers trail at 16-7. It's a pooch kick. It actually hit one of the upmen for Erie. They have to jump on it, and they do. They collapse on the ball, but they'll have excellent field position at the 41.
Yeah, that was probably a designed play from the Montrose kicker to try to get it. Just chaos going on the field, but Tigers smart to just bunch around and just get on that ball.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Those kickers at the pro level are so good. I'm surprised they don't try and pelt the upmen more, like they're playing soccer and they're just trying to hit a perfect cross. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the 41. Barnett gets the low snap, fires it quickly to his right. Meredith makes a man miss. Now he'll weave his way. He put the ball on the ground. I think Erie actually jumped on it. There were 2 men. There was a Montrose man and an Erie man right there, but the Montrose man didn't have his body underneath it, and that's a recovery for the Tigers.
I think the ball was down either way. At least, yeah, Tigers have the ball.
I think the Tigers recovered regardless. The Montrose man got his hands on it, but the Erie offensive lineman fell on top of the football.
Yeah, and officials saying down by contact on that play. That's what I thought. I thought Meredith lost the ball as he went down.
2nd and 3. Barnett runs read, gives it right side. There goes Tolliver. He'll cut it up the field. Nice spin there, still on his feet, and Tolliver grinds through some yardage there. A great gain there for Tolliver. 19 on the pickup.
Yeah, and that's big for the Tigers to have that second option in the backfield from Braylon Tolliver.
Okay, I believe we are live again, Tiger fans. Good grief. We are going off a hotspot here. So, okay, we are live. Well, I don't know when we dropped. That's the crux of the matter. When did you lose us? Less in the chat. Hey, for those of you upset, I'll give you your money back. So just cool it, okay? We're doing it the best we can, all right? Montrose on the little double reverse there, and the Tigers snuff it out that time. No gain on the play.
Great play by Keaton Strange there to stay home and just snuff out that double reverse for no gain.
So 2nd and 10. By the way, it is 16-10. Like I said, I don't know when we lost. So 16-10. Montrose leads, 10:30 remaining here in the quarter. 2nd and 10 here for the Hawks. Ball spotted between the hashes. Wareham sends man motion, hands it off the middle. Another good tackle out of the middle, and that will make it 3rd and long. And the Tigers desperately need to figure out a way to get their defense off the field.
Tigers got to stay alert for trickery. It's going to come here on 3rd and long.
Yeah, just do your job. Do your job. 3rd and 8. Everyone check into the wristbands here. No huddle for Montrose. They have a man split out wide. Tigers crowd that line of scrimmage here. They'll send a man in motion. There's the handoff, the keeper on the outside actually, and the Tigers stop it for a gain of 1.
Great read by Barnett there. He saw that play developing the whole time, laid out a big hit, and forces Montrose into 4th down. First time we've seen that tonight.
All right, so 16-10, Montrose leads it, 9:28 left here in quarter number 2, and Montrose acting like they're going to go for it. This would be extremely aggressive. Coach Geiger, next to the official, he's ready to call timeout should it be needed on 4th and 5, 4th and 6 even. They still look like they're going to go for it, and timeout's finally called for Montrose. Erie did not shift out of that. They were staying pretty disciplined there, and they forced a timeout for Montrose with 9:04 remaining here in the quarter.
Yeah, but good. What looks like is going to end up being a defensive stop for the Tigers. They really needed that bounce back after being forced to a field goal on the last drive. Tigers can hopefully put a drive together coming up after this punt and get down and possibly take a lead in this game.
And what a huge defensive series for the Tigers. You know that I think one of the things you like is Coach Geiger, as his program has expanded, said, you know what, I was not doing a good enough job as defensive coordinator. I'm going to hand off those duties. I'm going to facilitate, let someone else take the reins so that when our offense is on the field, we can kind of zero in on the defensive keys. So Montrose will come out of the timeout here.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
And they might very well go for it. They are lined up like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 6. Man, this would be huge for Erie. Barnett, the safety, pointing a man out. There goes the screen pass. Tigers trying to get it. They won't, and Barnett will come up, try to strip the ball, and makes the tackle. And a big play for Montrose, a gutsy play from the 25 all the way up to the 46.
Yeah, and Montrose just had numbers advantage on the near side. Good blocking by the wide receivers and an easy 1st down pickup.
That was Killian again on another big play there. Or killing. It's killing it. So 1st and 10, and you can't do that if you're Erie. You cannot breathe life into this offense. They're too potent. Drop in
Ball's on
the
the ground.
backfield. Yeah, I actually don't think it was on the ground. I think a Tiger was spinning the man back, and the ball was flailing out of the arm. But a big loss there for Montrose on first down, and the Tigers really shed their blocks nicely that time.
Yeah, good play. Didn't quite see who got to the backfield first, but a good first contact from the Tigers and forces Montrose into a rare loss of yardage.
A loss of 3 on the play. And the Tigers, I think one of the things that they thought is, let's just keep it simple and we'll read and react. Pass coming and a throwaway. Smart throwaway there by Wareham. There was nowhere to go. That was well covered by Erie. That's the first incompletion by Wareham. He's 3 of 4 now for 79 yards. That's some good numbers, efficient.
By the way, on that previous play before that one, Jackson Killen went off with an injury.
So 3rd and 13. If you're Erie, I mean, you got to expect that they'll just go for it on 4th. So Wareham check in. They'll move the tight end across the formation. Tigers will adjust the defensive front. Here comes the little reverse play again. Tigers read it a little better that time. Ronan Ward. Oh, and Blake Barnett absolutely destroys the running back on the sideline. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was not a perfect read from Ronan Ward, but he reacted well enough to get to the edge first, and Barnett came in with the help, and Tigers forced Montrose to punt.
Only a 3-yard pickup there. Some people will not like me saying this. Tell you what, sometimes you watch Blake out there at safety and you can't help but imagine what he might do as a safety at the next level, because he is just tremendous back there. Tigers are going to burn a timeout because they can't figure out what they want to do on special teams and they don't want to draw a penalty. So on 4th and 10, they're going to take a timeout. Montrose lined up to punt. Don't be surprised if Montrose comes out and goes for it.
Yeah, would not be surprised at all by that. I was surprised by the Tigers lining up on that. They had 2 men back.
Well, I'm surprised that the Tigers for this game, they just don't keep base defense out there and throw Blake Barnett back deep to just call a fair catch if it's a real punt, or even, be dangerous and return it. But just keep your base D out there.
Yeah, that would definitely be an option for the Tigers, but the returners could be electric for the Tigers, and also they had Terranova back there, who is a safety, who could a cornerback who could double as a safety, most likely. But Tigers really need to be prepared for a possible fake punt from Montrose, and it looks like Montrose is going to go for it. I just saw their punter walk off.
16-10, Montrose leads at 7:44 remaining here in the first half of play. Tigers defense is out there, and here comes the Montrose offense. All right. So Erie still a little bit perturbed as to what is going on here, and Montrose acting like they're going to go for it, and I suspect they will. Wareham takes it, drops back to pass. He's going to throw the curl route. It's blocked at the line of scrimmage by Keaton Strange, and a turnover on downs. The Tigers will have excellent field position and a much better job defensively by the Tigers on that sequence. They gave up a 4th down, but then they came back, stopped the run again, and got the turnover on downs.
Yeah, and that was a weird play design for Montrose. No trickery involved. They were just going to go one-on-one against Terranova on the near side. And a great play at the line of scrimmage by Keaton Strange.
So 1st and 10 here for Erie. Barnett in the shotgun, 2 wide of the near side. Barnett takes the snap, drops back to pass, rolls to his right, looks downfield, fires the deep curl route. It's caught by O'Brien. He makes a man miss. O'Brien trying to shake off another tackler, and he gets slung out of bounds. And Donovan O'Brien, with that sick catch radius, just snares one in and gets it all the way down to about the 10, a 36-yard pickup for the Tigers.
Yeah, great first play on this drive after the stop from the Tigers, and they are in striking distance.
Tigers have a chance to take the lead here if they could punch it in and get the extra point. 7:29 remaining here in quarter number 2. 1st and 10 here from the 15. Barnett will keep, runs it up the middle, and he is hit hard from the side, but just navigated his way through traffic. I think he picked up about 9 on the carry.
Yeah, that was a good hit there by Cash Vang, the senior for Montrose, but still a very good pickup for the Tigers.
So 2nd and 1. Lusk out there for Erie. 7 minutes remaining here in quarter number 2. Barnett will get the low snap, gives it to Lusk, and Barnett sees the hole and is already calling the touchdown. The Tigers blocked that beautifully, and Lusk will scamper in from 7 yards out, and the Tigers will tie it at 16 apiece with 6:42 remaining here in the half.
That is a big couple of minutes for the Tigers. Big stop on defense, and then a quick 3-play drive for the Tigers, and it's a tie game.
I think what you got to love about that more than anything is they did it the physical way. They bullied them defensively for that one stand, and then they punched in the 7-yard run. So if you're Coach Geiger, I think you're licking your chops after seeing that. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is good. And the Tigers have their first lead of the night, 17-16, with 6:42 remaining here in quarter number 2. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Erie with the 1-point lead, 6:42 remaining here in quarter number 2, and they'll set to kick this one off. And, they have been patient. They've gotten punched in the mouth a little bit, but they haven't laid down, and you got to like that.
Yeah, it was a good bounce-back couple of drives from the Tigers, and they need to make it happen again.
This one booted. Interesting little bounce, and smartly letting it roll into the end zone is the deep man returning. I believe that was Deshaun Evans for Montrose. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Hawks.
Yep, and Tigers just need to get a couple stops on 1st and 2nd down, and then be aware of trickery on 3rd down and a possible 4th down. That has been how Montrose has gotten yards so far in this game.
Yeah, the Tigers have actually done okay against the run. They're still giving up 7.5 yards a carry, but
that's mostly
43 of that is on one carry, and another 37's on the other carry. So 1st and 10 here for the Hawks. Wareham under the big center. Takes it, gives it up the middle, and the Tigers again squeeze the gaps, and Jackson Kogel in there to snuff it out for no gain.
And Tigers kind of have a size advantage in the trenches. That's not something you would normally see against Montrose.
6:20 remaining here in the quarter. 1-point lead for the Tigers. Wareham will come under center. Double tight, double wing. Man in motion. He'll give it to that motion man who gets to the corner. Man, he is just hammered out of bounds. And the Tigers are saying, hey, we are going to hit and hit hard. So even if you gain some yards, we're at least going to make you feel it tomorrow.
Yeah, and it seems like the inside run for Montrose has had a couple of big plays, but hasn't been as effective as getting to the outside as much for Montrose.
Good gain there, though. They're on schedule here, only 3rd and 3. That's where Montrose wants to live. After that give to Austin Grihavla. That's my guess anyways. 3rd and 3. Wareham under center. Checks the wristband. He'll give it to the fullback, and the Tigers, I think, stopped him short. If the nose of the football is to the 30, they'll give him the 1st down. So the Tigers would have had to have stopped it just shy, and it is a first down. So, yeah, all you need is to get the nose to touch the 30. They'll go quickly as Montrose. Exactly 10 yards in 3 plays. Now give to Griffin again, and the Tigers. I tell you what, that inside give is looking a lot better defensively for the Tigers.
A little scuffle there between Blake Barnett and Jackson Barnett there.
Coach Geiger was unhappy about something and gave the official an earful. 1 point lead, Tigers on top, 5:20 remaining here in the quarter. And Montrose is going to huddle. We'll see if they do their little sprint to the line here. Tigers got to be aware and alert. 5:08 and ticking. And Montrose will do that sprint. This time everyone's tight. Tigers were reshuffling, and they do a good job there inside. And the Tigers are hitting. That's a good sign. That's something we did not see last year. They were not flowing to the ball. They were getting blown out of every gap and doing a much better job here this year.
Yeah, it's showing against this strong run game against Montrose.
3rd and 7 for the Hawks. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the quarter. Tigers on top, 17-16. Wareham under center, sends a man in motion. He'll give it to that motion man, trying to get to the edge, and the Tigers snuff it out. A flag coming in from the sideline. And we'll see what this is. The official talking with Coach Geiger. There was a Hawk down on the field, and I'm not sure who that will be on.
It might be a trip on the Tigers because of the down Montrose player, but hard to tell.
I am guessing, with the way the official was talking to Coach Geiger, I think he's laying out the options, but I don't know. Maybe it is on Erie. Coach Geiger's still way out there on the field. No signal. Now the white hat talking to the linesman, the head linesman here on the near side. I'm not sure. There's too much of a mass of humanity to ever tell what the heck is going on in a Montrose game.
And it's going to be against Montrose, holding.
All right, so a hold against Montrose. Erie will decline.
I think that's the right choice.
Yeah, because I think it was also a loss on the play. So it will be 4th, a loss of 1 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 8. No, a loss of more than that. Loss of 5 on the play.
That was weird.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. Was that a dead ball? I don't no idea.
Yeah.
Barnett back to receive the punt here.
They're going with your idea.
Yeah. You keep the base defense out there. Just let Barnett. He's smart enough to know when to fair catch that. He's explosive enough that he could really punish you. We've seen him return punts before. The low snap. It is punted away. That's going to be right at Barnett. He catches it on the run. Makes one man miss as he shoves him aside. Barnett looking. Now will cut the other way and spinning through tacklers.
Bunch of flags down.
Tell you what, one thing that will never get old, we'll try and enjoy it here in this last year, is watching Blake in open space. There is no one quite like Blake that we have seen in a Tiger uniform. You see Noah Roper. He is physical, big, imposing, doing great things at the next level.
Media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. 2:02 remaining here in the first half. Tigers, they lead at 24-16 over Montrose. Great drive from the Tigers there, Ian.
It sure was. Excuse me, sorry about that. It was a great drive, capped off by, to be honest, an easy read for Barnett there.
Yeah.
To find Kogel in the end zone.
Kogel just was wide open coming off the line of scrimmage. Nobody picked him up for the Red Hawks, and the Tigers pick up the 8-point lead and hope to hold it before half as Hoffman sends it low scooping punt, picked up by the up man. He will return it to the 37 before finally brought down by a massive Tigers, and that is where Montrose will start with 1:57 remaining here in the half.
Well, that was a strange kickoff, I'm not going to lie. But I do have trust in this Tiger defense. They've shown, with an exception from those 2 runs, it's been a great series for the Tigers D-line especially.
As we welcome back Brandon Bird.
All right. Our internet, I don't know why it went down. We had good signal, and our computer said we were fine, and then all of a sudden everything just... Well, you missed a big touchdown there. That's what you missed. 24-16, Tigers lead, 1:57 remaining. Montrose on offense with the ball at the 20 or 35. The screen pass again. Tigers trying to get there quickly, and they do a much better job there. And hustling to get that one was Braylon Tulliver. And 1:46 left with Montrose. This is not necessarily their specialty, is the 2-minute drive, and so. If you can hold them here, that's a huge victory for that Tiger defense.
Keep them in bounds if possible.
Handoff up the middle, big hole, and a good tackle there by the flying Hawaiian, Noah Garcia.
And for a little recap, since we went out, the touchdown was 20 yards. Barnett to Kogel through the middle. Kogel just was wide open coming off the line of scrimmage.
Oh, we lost. I think we lost our internet again. Why?
So that pass, that's going to be pass interference. Maybe? No pass interference there on Terranova. Thought he got to the ball too quickly. Good play, though, and that will bring up second down for Montrose. 1:14 remaining here in the half. Tigers lead at 24-16. Montrose will get the ball to start the second half. So under center now, little handoff up the middle is Blake Griffin, pickup of about 4. That'll bring up third and a long 5 for Montrose. Under a minute now remaining here in the half. And Montrose at this point, they really need either a big play or to get out of bounds. And that has been a struggle for them so far, as there comes the play action. Long, deep bomb. That is through the hands of Austin Zimmer, and that'll bring up 4th down. That was so 37 seconds.
So Barnett in the shotgun here. 1st and 10, and now a timeout from Montrose, and that'll give us a chance to refigure out our stream. I think we're back. We reset our software. And, you know, just running off hotspot, it's not a wired connection. We never want Wi-Fi regardless. Says we've got a good connection. We've actually had decent speed. For a mobile hotspot, we've had pretty good internet. We were worried about that coming here, but guess what? We're live. If you missed, because we went down for just a second, Montrose went for it on 4th down, and the receiver couldn't hold on to it as he got pelted by Blake Barnett along the sideline. So now Erie will have it with 37 seconds left, 1st and 10 near midfield. So a chance to extend their lead here late. So Erie trying to score it 3 unanswered times and take a fairly sizable lead into the half. Right now just a 1-possession game. Montrose will get the ball out of the locker room. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got 2 wide to each side. Barnett looking, tried to step up, now throws it off his back foot out of bounds. He wanted to step forward. He actually had the receiver curling open, and I think just didn't want to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think that was a smart throwaway there from Blake. He was definitely getting rushed there, didn't want to take a sack.
Yeah, that's one of those, I think, your Blake, that back foot hits, you got to fire. Just trust that your receivers run the right route, fire it, play within the offense. Maybe wanting to do a little too much there that time. 31 seconds left here. Barnett in the shotgun. He's going to give it the delay to Tolliver. Tolliver busts it to the outside. Oh, and a great tackle in the open field to save and Coach Geiger will call a timeout with, well, there was about 19, 20 seconds left. Does call a timeout, but it's 3rd and 5. For a moment there, it looked like Tolliver was about to bust into the open field.
Yeah, great open field tackling, just grabbing the back of the jersey there by the Montrose defender. And Tigers, they would love a 6-point score here, but if they can get into field goal range, that could, with the make, extend them to a 2-possession lead going into the half.
So 18 seconds left in the half. Tigers lead it 24-16. And an actually somewhat normal paced half. Only an hour and 4 minutes into this one. I know you're not used to that after the marathon of a game last week. So 3rd and 5 here. Trips to the near side for the Tigers. Barnett in the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. Good block there by Tolliver. He'll uncork a deep ball on the post. Just overshot his man trying to link up there. Who was down there? That was Donovan O'Brien. And that ball on the run, a tough throw to make. A throw we've seen Blake make before. Just couldn't quite fit that in there and drop it in the bucket. And the Tigers, with 10 seconds left. This is interesting. 10 seconds left. I imagine they'll punt, and it will be Blake that will punt this.
Yeah, that was a dangerous pass from Barnett, but with 10 seconds left.
You know, Tigers going to give them a taste of their own medicine. Barnett gets it, throws the quick. It's tipped to a Tiger, and he dropped it.
Oh, he dropped it.
With 5 seconds left.
That was weird because Ward thought it was going to him, and Terranova thought it was going to him as well. Ward tipped it, and I thought Terranova made an incredible catch, but Montrose will have 5 seconds to go for the end zone here.
Tigers with the cloud cover 3 here. I tell you what, if you're Montrose, shoot, hand it to Blake Griffin. He's tough to bring down.
Yeah, maybe on a jet sweep. Expect maybe a hook and ladder type play, like we saw Montrose score, get their first touchdown on.
Quickly, there's the handoff to Blake Griffin, and the Tigers do make the tackle. A few yards, but that will end the half. So after one half of play, the Tigers lead it 24-16. It'll be Montrose ball. We'll take a timeout, check the system. Hopefully come back, have a clean second half for you here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month limit. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Joe Johnson in Bloomington today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
You are watching the ETN.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Dylan, can you just adjust the camera a little bit? And there you see the Tigers lead it 24-16. As let's take a look at the scoreboard here in 4A. First of all, some scores from yesterday. Number one, are they number one, Loveland? Is Chassa now even doing a poll? Who's doing the poll?
It's Max Preps.
Who are the rankings? It's
Max
just
Preps.
Max Preps? Well,
Yeah.
anyways, Loveland, they snuck by 5A Pomona 27-26. Stanley Lake over Westminster 34-29, while Denver South knocked off Longmont 47-39 in a high-scoring affair. And then Grand Junction fell on the road to Grand Junction Central 21-13. If you take a look at tonight's scores, at least that we have rolling in and reported, well, trying to pull that up here. Palmer Ridge leading Lewis Palmer 21-7. By the way, it says number one Palmer Ridge leading Lewis Palmer 21-7. That one in the second quarter. Golden, they knocked off Ponderosa 25-14. Number 5 Broomfield, they lead Vista Peak Prep 21-0. Pueblo West on the road against 5A Fountain Fort Carson, number 7 Pueblo West. They lead that one 13-8. Windsor on top of Fort Collins at the half right now, 12-0. Fort Collins, or was that Fossil Ridge, I guess, that fell in a barn burner in week 1 to Loveland. Whitefield rolling over Pueblo Centennial 40-0. Fruita Monument, they absolutely popping Skyline right now, 55-12.
Another long
Fruita
drive.
Monument got absolutely obliterated last week by this Montrose team. Far Northeast, they're beating Gateway 33-0. Monarch on top of Centaurus 14-0. And Silver Creek, they are leading Boulder 21-7. That one in the second quarter. Real quick, some 5A scores of note from around the state. Well, I was looking for some ranked games. Come on, give them to me. Colorado Preps. No idea what's going on there. Mullen leading beat Mountain Range 39-7. That's good news for Erie Tigers. I mean, Mullen has at least a little bit of gumption to him after they got rolled up pretty good last week. Cherry Creek over Chatfield 27-3. Arapahoe leading Regis Jesuit.
That's surprising.
21-7 in the second quarter. Columbine, after their trip to Florida, they come back. They're leading 21-0 over Cherokee Trail. Ralston Valley leading Grandview. Castleview over Legend. Valor getting smoked 28-0 against Fairview. Is that the right score?
That's, wow. Valor?
We might have to just verify that with Boco Preps or something on Twitter, because that is maybe the most surprising score of the night for sure.
I mean, Valor, they lost to Regis Jesuit in a very good game, and then Fairview? Down 28-0. That's surprising if that's correct.
Alyssa No is covering that game for Boco Preps, and it is Fairview leading
28-0 with 2 minutes left in the first half.
At Valley Christian as well.
Wow. That's a shocker. Denver East leading Rock Canyon 14-6. Let's see. Legacy up big over Rocky Mountain. Thornton leading Northglenn 6-0. Mountain Vista leading Chaparral 28-6. Those are your 5A scores. Some in-district St. Vrain scores. Looks like, let's see here. We're bound to find one. Niwot just falls to Skyview 16-14. That one is a final. Meade leading Severance 14-6. Frederick. Now, this is their homecoming game, Frederick, against Scotts Bluff. That is an absolutely brutal matchup for a homecoming game. Keeping it a little bit closer, I think, than maybe we expected, because Scotts Bluff, that is a good football team. And so those are some scores from around the district.
Homecoming for Meade as well. I know that because of my mom. Teaches at Coleridge Middle School. She was trying to decide whether to wear Frederick colors or Meade colors. And I told her, Frederick?
How about Erie colors?
I mean, Meade is close to Erie colors.
All right, 5:28 till the start of half number 2. We're going to take another timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. It's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction in knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETNPatreon.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wasn't born a leader.
It wasn't given to me.
I couldn't buy it.
How'd I get here?
I decided.
I decided.
I decided.
I decided.
Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today. Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird, Dylan Richardson, Ian McGuire, Carson Frage
Frage, I'll get it right eventually. Frage, like Frazier, but no All right. All here in Montrose, delivering you this stream. We lost track of our stats because when the stream went down, the stats went out the window. So we're not going to read you them because they're not good. They're behind. But the one stat that matters is the scoreboard, and Erie leads that 24-6. To recap, Erie got the ball first. They drove it down to the 20-ish, and they turned it over on downs. Montrose then came down the field, a little bit of trickery, scored on a big play, and they would take the lead. They kicked it back and got a 2-point conversion. They led 8-0. Erie came back down the field, scored on a quick drive, made it 8-7, kicked it back to Montrose. Montrose would convert along 4th down, beautiful pitch play, all kinds of more trickery, and they would lead it then 16-7 after the conversion. The Tigers would then drive down the field. They would get stopped after they had 1st and goal on the 2. They kicked a field goal. That one made it 16-10. That's when the Tigers defense got in business. Montrose went for it on a 4th down. They got stopped. The Tigers quickly scored. Then the Tigers forced a punt. The Tigers picked it up, and they scored again, and they lead it 24-16. And Tigers had a chance to score at the end of the half and couldn't quite convert as they stopped Montrose again. So the Tigers stopped Montrose 3 straight drives at the end of that half. Technically 4 if you count that one play drive, but we won't count that. For all intents and purposes, this defense has done its job. They got popped in the mouth a couple times early, but if you are Coach Graff, you've got to be pleased with what you're seeing.
Yep, they definitely got stung by the trick play on the first couple of drives. Haven't seen that as much recently from Montrose. Might see that on their first drive. They get the ball to start the second half. Tigers just need to be aware. They need to be quick to react to that. Montrose, they come out of the huddle really quickly on a couple of occasions, and often after they do that, they run trickery. And the Tigers need to be aware of that and stay with your assignments and keep the edges. Those are the big keys for the Tigers.
Man, after a 10-minute halftime, they still get 3 minutes of warm-up. I guess I forgot about that. Maybe those 13 minutes, what makes last week's 3 hours and 45. Well, how long was that last week?
It was like right at like 3 hours 15, including halftime. Total run time from 7 o'clock. It was over about 10:15. But oh my goodness. It was like, remember that Longmont game last year that we broadcasted?
Yeah.
Very similar to that.
Yeah.
As I described it last year, the longest lasting blowout ever. That was very much how last weekend felt. And this game is definitely much more exciting and running at a very quick pace.
The Hawks will get the ball to start half number 2 as they won the toss and they deferred. The Erie offense, it's been solid, but I think the defense is the story. The Tigers have kind of made big plays with Blake Barnett's playmaking ability kind of off schedule. A lot of scramble throws, not a whole lot of in the sync and flow of the offense. The Tigers have kind of extended plays, made plays down the field. That's kind of how they've matriculated it down there and scored.
Yeah, I feel like the Tigers have made a lot of quiet big plays, if that makes sense. They've had a lot of really quick drives versus Montrose has just had those long grinding drives where it's like 15 plays a drive versus the Tigers. They've had or Montrose, as neither defender for the Tigers got their head turned around in time, and that is a big pickup down into the red zone for Montrose.
Good grief. Fans, just stick with us. We are recording this game in its entirety. We'll try and upload it should we not have something to deliver to you in the waning moments. If there's something exciting, we're doing the best we can. So try and stay patient with us. I know it's frustrating. Frustrating for us. Little inside reverse give. Nice little slippery move there, and Lusk will make the tackle, but an 11-yard pickup that time for Grahavla. And he's shaken up. And the internet sucks again. Are we live? Are we not? Well, we are barely spitting through this. You know, our hotspot showing full signal. It's just, who knows? Honestly, at this point, who knows?
And this has been a very good drive for Montrose coming out of the locker room. Very efficient. No tackles for losses for the Tigers so far with 10:16 remaining.
All right, welcome back in. Tigers lead it, but Montrose driving on their opening possession. They have a player down, though, on the field, and it is Blake Griffin. Oh, man, that is, you never want to see that. You always want to see teams at full strength, and Blake Griffin, he has been a warrior. We remember him distinctly 2 years ago out in Erie. Obviously, he had the tough play to end the game, but he avenged that himself last year. He rolled over the Tigers in that game last year in Erie. And just down here on the field tonight, it's looking like that leg with the knee brace on it is shaken up. Hard to put some weight on it. Actually, that's not Blake Griffin. The spotter, that was Cortland Nelson, an offensive lineman. Okay, well, you know, you're just scaring the crap out of all of the Montrose fans.
I heard it. I heard it secondhand. That's all I have to say. I apologize.
You're in my journalism class. You got to verify, fact check.
It's from the Montrose broadcast.
Second and goal from the 2. Montrose line of scrimmage hands it off, and plowing his way into the end zone is, who is that? Is that Blake Griffin? I'm not sure who that is, but it is a 2-point game here with 9:42 remaining in the third quarter, and I assume we will see Montrose. Okay, we are back here on the Erie Tiger Network. 9:42 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 2-point game, and you know, Montrose, that's into the second quarter. That was not a good look for them, and you know what? Came out, scored on the opening drive. That keeps it a game. If they got stuffed and Erie scored, it might be ball game. But we play on here, 2-point game. This should be a good one here, and we hope that our internet holds up.
Yeah, and that last drive really ignited by the long pass, very rare long pass from Montrose, and that got him into the red zone, and it was very easy there for the Redhawks once they got.
Tigers have not shifted here, and here is the onside. The big hop, and Montrose has it. What were the Tigers doing? They just did not even try and defend that. Montrose was crowded on the sidelines, and if Erie's not going to defend it, take it. I like it. I like it for Montrose. Erie got to be a little bit stronger there on special teams.
As Coach Geiger is discussing, that might have been touched before it got to 10 yards.
So, and you know, maybe I'm just cranky because the internet's not working. Didn't mean to be overly critical. Sorry about that, Tiger fans. Got to dial it back. This is high school football. Let's see what happens here on the call. And Coach Geiger, credulous that this was touched early, but they are going to award it to Montrose. So first down for the Hawks.
This is, honestly, Montrose has to score on this drive. I feel like this could be a huge turning point if they punch this in quickly.
So 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Ball spotted right at the 50. Montrose, their little sprint huddle. They get to the line quickly. Man, see, I don't think they get set when they snap that. And the Tigers diagnose well, and only a yard gain.
Yep. Good job reading that backfield option from the Tigers. And good tackling as well.
I mean, to me, there's motion on that snap, but what do I know? 2nd and 9. Oh, you're getting salty, Mr. Bird. In second half. I'll cool it here.
As long as the internet stays fine.
Yeah, let's do that. You know, if salty keeps the internet flowing, maybe I'll stick with that flavor. 2nd and 9, Montrose with little kid coming into our broadcast saying "Boo Tigers." Oh my goodness! 3-yard gain for the Hawks.
This is a kid.
3rd and 5. Yeah, it's probably about a 5th or 6th grader.
Yeah. I mean, we're in Montrose, Boo Tigers. That's what they're going to say, right?
All right, and they only gave him up to the 46. So 3rd and 6 here for the Hawks. They'll sprint it up to the line of scrimmage. There's the end around handoff. Tigers read it well. Multiple Tigers coming up. It is a 3-yard pickup. That'll make it 4th and 3. So
Montrose
Montrose going for it. Can the Tigers make the play? Running off the field quickly here. Where he is, who knows? Who knows who that is? The road unis have not come in. These are the unis we have. They don't totally match our roster. 4th and 4. They only gave them a couple there. Big moment here in this game, both teams. 7:45 left to go in the 3rd. 2-point lead for the Tigers, 24-22. Wareham under center. He's going to keep it himself, trying to pick his way. Bowls over a defender, and I think he's short. He is, and the Tigers celebrating as they stop him short of the line to gain.
That is a very good defensive stand from the Tigers after the onside kick recovery. Tigers really needed that, and now it's as if the Tigers had gotten the kickoff and had driven to the 46.
All's well that ends well.
Yep, and some time burns off the clock as well.
7:34 here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers will have their first possession of the half. Barnett in the shotgun. Flanking him to his left is Lusk. He'll give it to Lusk up the middle. A little bit of running room. Bounces out of the hole. Trying to string it to the outside. Puts his foot in the ground. Leans it forward. And some tough running on an 8-yard gain there from Gavin Lusk.
Yeah, that's just the strength of Gavin Lusk showcasing itself as he broke through multiple tackles there. But good job by Montrose swarming to the ball.
So 2nd and 3 here. Barnett from the far hash. Low snap that gets behind Blake. He's going to pick it up. Oh, and he trips and falls. We have seen Blake lose his footing a few times tonight, and that's unfortunate because he picked that up clean, was trying to turn around. He could have thrown that away. Instead, it will be 3rd and 16.
And that definitely has something to do with the grass. That's something that Tigers are not as used to on the Front Range.
So 3rd and 16, trips to the near side. Tough one there for the Tigers. Barnett takes a snap. Here comes the screen pass, set up nicely for Lusk. Has to beat one man, does, gets up the sideline, has the first down and more. He has one man to beat, cuts it inside and scores.
Wow, what a run from Gavin Lusk. Great play design by the Tigers on 3rd and long. And that is a huge play for the Tigers as they can now get it back to a 2-possession lead.
65 yards on the screen pass from Barnett to Lusk, and the Tigers extend the lead to 8.
That was really nice downfield blocking by the Tigers' offensive linemen. And then Lusk did the rest with his legs.
Tigers can make this a 2-possession game with an extra point. They will motion into it. Ronan Ward, the holder. Hoffman, the kicker. Snap, good. Hold, good. Kick up, and it is good. Tigers, the kicking-holding tandem has been really solid tonight. Ronan Ward saved a point himself. Just remember that later in the game because there was a snap that rolled on the ground. Somehow Ronan got it into holding position, and Hoffman punched it through. And so the Tigers have executed that nicely here tonight. So a 9-point lead for the Tigers, 31-22, 6:16 remaining here in the third quarter. And what an interesting game this has been so far. I guess every time you play Montrose, it's going to be interesting. They are going to play physical. They're going to confuse you. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They're going to kick onside kicks. And can you weather those storms? And so far, the Tigers have done a pretty good job at doing that.
I think it'd be fun to see the Tigers go for an onside kick here. Give Montrose a little taste of their own medicine.
So the Tigers set to kick this one with Hoffman. We're a little concerned here about the old internet. Our stream showing that it is kind of just barely putzing along. Hoffman will really put a foot to this one. This one will be taken at the 4. Tigers trying to get down there. Nice broken tackle here, taking it to the outside and finally spilled out at the, what is that, the 50? No numbers painted. Everything in Montrose is set to confuse you. Even the lack of numbers on the grass.
Good return there for Montrose, and now they got real good field position, and they really need a score here with 6 minutes remaining.
So Montrose in their usual double tight, double wing, a fake, and now a give on the end around. And the Tigers, man, they have done a really good job out on the edges tonight. One of the Tiger coaches took a spill on the opposite side. It caught my attention. They were excited because they stopped the run. Only 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, for the Tigers tonight, it really has just been that big pickup for the most part, that big play for Montrose that has killed them, and has been really a big part of how Montrose has their 3 touchdowns in this game so far.
2nd and 8, Montrose. All right, Tigers, we think our stream's a little bit better. The internet has actually been, well, not terrific, but considering we're doing this mobilely, it has been pretty good. One of the better mobile-only streams that we have produced. 3rd and 3, handoff up the middle, good blocking up front. The Tigers swallowed it after. You felt kind of the loss there of Kogel on that defensive play. And making that tackle was Gio Giampetro. 5 minutes left to go here in quarter number 3. 31-22, Tigers on top.
And Montrose just needs to stick to the status quo, 4 or 5-yard pickups on the run.
Now they'll motion a man out here. They're going to fake one. Here comes the wheel route. Can Terranova close the space? Oh, it was a good throw over the wrong shoulder, and the receiver couldn't adjust. And the Tigers have struggled a little bit letting men get behind them tonight in the passing game. That has been there. Just Montrose not able to execute.
Yeah, they had that one long pass that resulted in their previous touchdown, or led to their previous touchdown. And Terranova just got beat pretty cleanly there, as coming off the motion was Killen. And then just a little bit overthrown by Wareham.
2nd and 10. Wareham checks the wristband. Preston with 4 picks last week, 2 officially, as a couple of them were called back. There's the little inside give, and shooting into the backfield, making a big play was Cade Koblenz. And now Jackson Kogel sprinted down the sideline trying to get back in the game. A nice play by Koblenz, a loss of 4 there. So 3rd and 13 or 14 here for the Hawks.
Yeah, just good strength there by Koblenz to get inside and make a good tackle.
Now, we did not see hardly any TFLs last year against Montrose. Nice to see this year from the Tigers. There's a pump fake, a receiver slipping, a throw. This is going to be intercepted by Blake Barnett. He's got it inside the 5 here, and now Barnett on the return. Barnett across the 20. He's into the open field, gets hit down low, and now a flag coming in well after the play. Not sure who that's on. And the Tigers with a good job there defensively, the safety, Blake Barnett.
Yeah, that was the same play we saw on first down of this series where the motion man came over and there was a pump fake and he went deep, except this time Barnett read it well and was there, and the pass wasn't quite there, and it was just an easy catch for Barnett.
So penalty, I think that's after the play. Not sure who that's on. That could have been either on Braylon Tolliver or someone getting in Braylon Tolliver's face. And they will call that on Erie and unsportsmanlike. And so first down for Erie.
That was a very big stop for the Tigers there, even though it was 3rd and 14.
So 2-score lead, 3:43 left to go in the third, 31-22, Tigers on top. A 2-score lead. Did I say 3-score?
2-score lead.
Okay, all right. So there's so many threes in there. 3:43, 31-22. Thought maybe I accidentally said 3-score.
Tigers
2-score lead.
trying to make it
a 3-score lead. All right, Barnett in the shotgun here. After the return, I wouldn't be surprised to just see him give it here on a run play, try and catch his breath. They'll give it to Lusk. He has the corner. That was well blocked. Makes a man miss. Running hard is Lusk and finally grinds his way for 8 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and Gavin Lusk just has a ton of presence in this game. He is just pounding through tackles in this game and getting a lot of yards after contact, and that has led to a lot of big gains for the Tigers.
Another Tiger is down.
It's the other Kogel.
Mason, twinning with the injuries. Tigers went over to the sideline. They're kind of giving a little sideline. I assume the referees will restart this one here quickly. Or was there a penalty? The umpire has not marked the ball down. Nope, there we go. It just looked like he was ready to walk it up the field. You know what? This has been a well-officiated game. I have not noticed them once, so we don't really notice them.
They've
Good
only
job.
made 2 or 3 calls.
So 2nd and 2 here for the Tigers. Barnett will sprint in from the sideline. Big clap trying to get Montrose to jump. Now he'll check to the side. Sometimes the Tigers will do a no play call and it's just the snap, and so Blake trying to get him to jump. Now gets the snap, runs the keeper, waiting, and really not much there.
Good play by Montrose.
Really good job by not over pursuing. Blake does pick up a yard, about 1.5 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and real short.
And we'll see if this is the first time tonight Tigers have had an opportunity to run quarterback sneak. We'll see if they decide to go with that here on 3rd and short.
So, in fact, here is the sneak formation. Barnett sends a man in motion, and he will just Jalen Hurts it for 2 or 3 yards and a first down.
And that just goes to show the Tigers have had a lot of big plays because they haven't had to make that 1 yard gain, 2 yard gain on 3rd or 4th down.
2:30 remaining here in the third. 31-22. Tigers lead it with the ball and driving. Got the first down. That's always the offensive coordinator. Got to get the first down. Feels like you're getting to a rhythm. All run plays there for the Tigers. Another run play, handoff to Lusk. The Tigers have done a good job living out on the edge. That time Lusk put his foot in the ground, only got 2. Better job by Montrose holding the edge there. Tigers kind of trying to attack the edges.
Yeah, that was good first contact, I believe, by Liam McKee to force Gavin Lusk to slow down a little bit, and then swarm of black bodies.
Tigers for the taking their time a little bit. 1:50 remaining here in this quarter. Barnett in the shotgun, 2 wide of the near side, H back, and a Split in out to the far side. Takes the snap, fakes, runs RPO. He's going to keep it himself. Left side, and man, he chews through some yards quickly. He got hit out of bounds. Did he get the first down? It's going to depend on the spot. They're going to mark him down right at the 35. That'll bring up 3rd and about 1, I think.
Yep, and good decision by Barnett. Saw a lot of open space in front of him. Big pickup, brings up 3rd and short.
Not only open space, but I think that was kind of a designed run, maybe a quick RPO, and if you don't fire that quickly, you'll get illegal man downfield. So we've seen the Tigers have their share of that. 3rd and 1. Tigers in the shotgun here. Thought we might see him go under center. 1:35 left to go here in the quarter. Barnett gets it, runs read, gives it. Lusk hit in the backfield, now trying to back his way forward, and the near linesman is going to say he actually lost about half a yard. So if you're Erie, you have an interesting decision to make. It's 4th and short. You're near midfield. Your defense has been pretty. Here comes the pass play. They saw Barnett out. Oh, it was on the money. And man, the Montrose receivers have let Wareham down a little bit tonight. They have dropped about 3 big-time balls.
Yeah, and that maybe is part of the reason that Montrose loves to run it, and probably a result of that love to run. Not as much work with receivers, and that was just another unfortunate drop.
2nd and 10, handoff up the middle, and the Tigers, somehow Blake Griffin emerged from that. I thought they stuffed that, and Griffin just kind of squeaked through a crack and picked up 5 yards. Impressive. So 3rd and a long 5 here. 4 down territory, 22 seconds. This might be the last play of the quarter. Wareham under center, double tight, double wing. Now they'll shift the formation to the far side. Overload one side. They'll hand it off. And a short gain of only about 3, and that'll make it 4th and 2, but that'll be the end of the quarter. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, the Tigers lead it by 9, 31-22. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Do you? And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Start of quarter number 4, and Montrose with a pivotal 4th and 2. We'll move it to the opposite side of the field. Wareham under center. He's got Griffin behind him. Sends a man in motion. He will give it to the motion man. It's strung along. He's got the edge. He's got the first down. He's got the touch. No, a flag coming in down the field. And that will nullify the touchdown, I think. And that was pretty far down the field, though.
I don't think it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, so it might make it 4th and about 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So hold, but it was past the stick. So let's see. Oh no,
Yeah.
It's actually going to be a little bit further. It's going to be about 4th and. No, it is closer. That both teams were misaligned there. It's actually 4th and only about 1 yard. So 4th and 1. 11:53 left to go here in the quarter. Wareham under center. Takes the snap, turns, Play action, looking, fires downfield, wide open man, hit hard by Barnett, and the ball's on the turf. Barnett then picks it up, and no, they'll call it incomplete.
Either way, Tigers get the ball, though.
Tigers will get the ball back. That was actually a break for Montrose. I thought that was a catch and clear fumble and recovery by Barnett, and he was off to the races. Either way, they call it incomplete, and that is big time for the Tigers as they will get the ball, turnover on downs.
Yeah, that's a great play by Barnett to break up that pass, cause a fumble, big hit. He's been laying a lot of big hits recently, and Tigers have a chance to, again, extend the lead.
Good freaking grief. Is Blake Barnett good at safety?
Yeah.
My goodness. 1st and 10, Barnett in the shotgun here for the Tigers. Tigers went a little bit conservative. Now they'll run the now screen to Sweeney. Sweeney trying to make a man miss and get upfield. And that's only the 2nd catch of the night for Alex Sweeney. And only a gain of about 2.
Yeah, I think Tigers might want to think about sticking to the run game, trying to burn off some clock, and the run game has been working pretty well for them tonight.
11:23 left to go in the game. Tigers lead it by 2 scores. 9-point game, 31-22. 2nd down, Tigers kind of running out of time here to get this snap off. Oh, no, looked at the wrong official. Barnett takes the snap, runs read, gives it to Lusk up the middle, dances through a hole, gets through into open field, and has 10 yards and a 1st down.
Yep, man, if Lusk keeps doing that, Tigers are going to have a very good chance to win this game, but Montrose just needs a stop, and they can get their offense back on the field and get it back to a 1-score game.
Lusk, 144 yards rushing coming into tonight, and he's got to be close to 100 now. We lost our official stats, so I'm not sure where he's at. 1st and 10, though, for the Tigers. Fresh set of downs. Ball spot on the near hash, 2 wide at the top of the screen. Barnett in the shotgun. Now he's going to come up, checks the play at the line of scrimmage, readjusts, checks the clock, 10:30 left on that. Now adjusts the pads and gets ready for the snap. Takes it. Fires the deep slant route on the far side to Josh Levine. Nice pitch and catch there. Just take what the defense gives you. They gave you that. You got 9 easy yards.
Yeah, Montrose has been playing with a large cushion off of the receivers for the Tigers, and that slant has been pretty open all night, and Tigers have gotten some big plays off of that.
2nd and 1 here. If you're Coach Skip Harrison, maybe thinking deep shot here on the short distance to gain. So Barnett will now set up 2 wide of the near side. Under 10 minutes to go. He's going to run read, gives it to Lusk. Nice little stutter there. Bursts into the open field. He's across midfield, across the 40. Spins his way across the 30 and finally corralled out of bounds as he gets to the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there for Gavin Lusk, and the Tigers are in business here into Montrose territory.
And Gavin Lusk continues what he was doing last game against Mullen. He just keeps running for big plays all over the place, and he has been the real catalyst for the Tigers tonight on offense.
Barnett checks in with the sideline. 9:38 remaining here in the game. 31-22. Barnett in the shotgun. Handoff to Tolliver, and he got cut down right away and got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And more time runs off the clock, which is good for the Tigers. But another 1st down, they could get this clock beneath 7 minutes with a 2-possession lead.
Second and 10. Barnett here. Oh, bobbled the snap. Now has to step up in the pocket. Has some running room. Barnett in the open field and slides. Got hit up high, but I think in the act of sliding. That's a tough one as a defender to lay off of. I don't think that was overly aggressive, but
that's
a
a
nice
tough
burst.
call as well.
Yeah, that would have, that's one of those where it's football, you know.
That happens.
So 1st and 10, fresh set of downs after the nice little 12-yard scamper.
Good vision by Blake on that one. Just saw a bunch of space in the middle of the field and took it.
Barnett with Tolliver flanking him. He'll give it to Tolliver. Nice little cut. Braden spinning his way through a tackle into the end zone, and the Tigers extend the lead. 37-22, 8:28 remaining.
That is a great run from Braylon Tolliver as Barnett just got that read off in time. And now the Tigers have a chance to extend the lead to 16.
Tell you what, one of the strengths of Braylon Tolliver is the inside zone read running. He is really good at getting upfield and through that hole quickly.
And Tigers might go for 2 here. Now, I was thinking if you get 2, you extend it to a 3-possession lead, and Montrose really likes going for 2, so 16 is really just 2 touchdowns for Montrose.
Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it is through. So 38-22, 8:28 remaining, a 16-point game for the Tigers. And tell you what, they have executed well offensively, but defensively has been where it's at tonight for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that was probably the biggest question for the Tigers coming into this game. Could the run defense stand up against Montrose? And so far, it has done a very good job.
So the Tigers will kick this one off. You know, we're not going to commercial. I don't think it really affects our stream that much, but we just don't really want to mess with our software more than we need to. Hey, if you want to sponsor Starlink on the Erie Tiger Network so that our internet comes through a little more smoothly and crisply, shoot me an email, bird_Brandon@svvsd.org. All right, Tyler Hoffman set to kick this one off for the Tigers. And he will boot this one nicely. That one was caught over the head, back pedaling at the 2. Tigers got a little bit gapped there in the middle and gave up a pretty nice return up to, what is that, the 30? Man, it's so hard to see without any numbers on the field.
Yeah, so now Montrose, 8:20 remaining. They trail by 2 scores. They really need to score quickly here. This is, at this point, almost a 2-minute drill for Montrose. Because if the Tigers get the ball back, because I would guess Montrose, if they score, are going to onside kick. Tigers, if they recover that, could burn off a lot of clock.
1st and 10. Wareham under center. They're going to have to go. It feels like at some point they're going to have to start going through the air a little more. Good job defensively for the Tigers. As Tigers, I like that they have, it doesn't feel like they've been out physical like they have the last 2 matchups. Even that miracle comeback against Montrose, they got punched around pretty good. Tonight, hasn't quite been the case.
They've
a little
been
bit tougher
laying
team.
the big hits.
Yeah. 2nd and 7 here for Erie. Wareham runs play action, throws the little kind of wheel route from the slot man, and he'll turn it upfield for a 1st down.
And Montrose, if they want to get back into this game, they really need to get that air game working a little bit more, because keeping it on the ground is fine and dandy, but it burns off a lot of clock.
So 1st and 10. Jane's trying to get set quickly here. Wareham under center. 7:37 remaining. 38-22. Erie leads. There's a handoff up. I lost it. Lost it, and there it is. Okay. Emerging from the pile with it was Zimmer. Did he have it up the middle? Where was it?
It was up the middle.
Okay, he did have it. Some Tigers missed the tackle. It looked like maybe they missed it because he didn't have it. Oh, man, this Montrose offense is a trip to try and call. All right, play action. Saw that one. Throw to the flat. Great tackle, Carson Hageman.
Hageman read that the whole way. Good play in the open field, and that is a gain of maybe half a yard.
Carson a little bit gimpy getting up after that one. You see Carson kind of in the gym, off the bus. He is a focused, serious kid about football, and I excited to continue to watch him grow here his junior year. 2nd and 11. Wareham sends the man in motion. He'll pitch it out to Griffin, and oh man, Kogel almost had him in the backfield. Tried to grab him up by the shoulder pads, and he just got out of the grasp of Kogel. And a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, good strong running from Griffin to break the tackle of Kogel. That is a large body, but still 3rd and long for Montrose. They need this.
Wareham with 6:06 remaining. Clock not a friend of Montrose right now. Little reverse pivot, the counter give to Griffin, and he's got 6 yards and a 1st down. So that'll temporarily stop the clock. 5:58 left, 38-22. Erie on top. Next week, we have a big one on the docket. A little Saturday contest, midday matinee against the Broomfield Eagles in a big rematch of last year's semifinal game. 1st and 10, Wareham barking the play out to his receiver. Now he'll send the H-back in motion. He's going to run the little slant play, and no one there for the Tigers, and that's a touchdown.
Just short. Barnett thought he had the read, but the pass went over the middle to where Barnett was stationed, and there was just a bunch of space. Good tackling from behind, though, by the Tigers.
Yeah, not a touchdown. I apologize about that. That's hard to see down there.
Yeah,
we're on the opposite end. As you can tell with our camera, it's set up right next to our booth. Little handoff up the middle. Did the Tigers stop it? No. Touchdown with 5:27 left. That'll make it a 10-point game, 38-28. Huge 2-point conversion coming here for Montrose. This will either make it a 1-possession game or it will stay. Okay, we reset the stream, so hopefully we're good there. 5:27. And this one is huge.
Yep. And that missed 2-point earlier in the game is creeping into your mind if you're Montrose. That could be
Dude, I tell you
very
what,
unfortunate.
the Erie game 2 years ago is creeping in my mind. You don't want to take your foot off the gas if you're Erie, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So big play here. Wareham under center. A couple backs in the backfield. They will run I don't know what happened. It was a fumble? The Tigers are celebrating. All right, they stopped them. It's still a 2-possession game. No idea what happened.
Yeah, I think the ball went up the middle on the option and was fumbled. And camera operator Carson Fraisch saying it was just fumbled. And
Straight up. All right.
And Tigers picked it up or is downed, whatever. Tigers get 2-point and it remains a 2-possession game.
All right. Now, if you're Erie, you got to defend the onside.
Yeah. The onside kick coming up for Montrose, 100%.
Get the hands team out there. So 38-28, 5:27, 2-possession game. The big factor here is that Montrose has already attempted 3 onsides and recovered 1.
Yep.
So,
but on those onside kicks, Tigers have not had a hands team out there to defend it.
Yeah, and you can see Josh Levine is out there, Noah Garcia, Preston Terranova. And so they certainly have the all-hands team. In fact, no one deep for Erie.
Barnett, I think Barnett's going to go deep, like a punt return almost. But those 2 missed 2 points are huge in this game. If Montrose picks up both of those, it's only a 6-point game right now.
38-28, 5:27 remaining. Hopefully we're not cutting out too much that you can still hear the score. And here's the onside. Oh, and it is
offsides.
Offside. And was that Kaveh Meredith that got hit hard?
And it is offside, and Tigers did recover that, but play was blown dead before they could.
Yeah, it's akin to a false start, illegal procedure, dead ball, do it over again. And so they're going to back Montrose up. Man, you got to hold your water if you're the Tiger up, man. That's not fun.
And looks like Tigers. No, never mind. I thought they declined for a second.
So they'll do it again. Tell you what, this kicker's done a good job of getting the hop. That big hop on about the third bounce. They'll try it again. And nope, they'll send this one deep, and there's no Tiger back there. So Barnett is going to run and pick it up, and now he'll have a convoy of blockers. Barnett runs over a tackler. He's got the sideline and finally corralled out of bounds.
I don't. Why did Montrose not onside kick it again? That was surprising.
You know, I think everyone was so uptight and they were backed up that they thought maybe ball bounce is funny. No one's back there.
Yeah.
You're rushed back there. You mishandled the first time. You do that once, and all of a sudden, live ball.
Yeah. So 5:20 remaining. Tigers just need to burn clock now with a 2-possession lead.
All right. Big possession here. Erie could win it, essentially, on this possession. Lusk, the running back. Ball spotted at the far hash. Barnett takes the snap. Gives it to Lusk. Good little, just kind of stutter go inside, and he picks up 5-6 yards. Running game's been solid tonight.
Running game has been, I think, the best part of the offense so far tonight. Easily. Tigers really haven't gone to the air much.
So 2nd and 4, 38-28, 4:52 remaining. Barnett takes the snap, hands off. Lusk will grind his way forward, and that is really close. It'll depend on the spot. The PA announcer calling it 3rd down, but they might measure this. Yep, they'll give it 3rd and 1. So if you're the Tigers, Jalen hurts it. That's what I say.
Yeah. Just let the clock run down. Under 4:15 now.
Barnett in the shotgun. Gets the snap. He will run the draw. He's got it. Broke through the initial line and stumbles down. Man, Blake, every once in a while you see him get slung like that, and you know he wants to break it for so many more yards, and just got kind of tripped up just enough. But a 1st down for the Tigers. Keeps the clock running, keeps the chains going, and the Tigers' win probability, if you were graphing it, probably at like 95% right now.
Yep, Tigers just need to keep a hold of the ball.
Carson, just take a step to your left with the camera. So Barnett really taking his time.
Montrose going over Vale Pass, all of that. That whole drive is really nice. And 5 hours home for the Tigers. We'll be in the darkness, and these next 3 minutes and 20 seconds will decide whether it will be a happy darkness or a sad darkness for the Tigers.
So 2nd and 8 here for Erie. Barnett will come out of the timeout. 3:21, 38-28. 1 first down would probably ice it. Barnett will do RPO. He pulled it out, saw the linebacker, tried to tuck it in. That will stop the clock. Donovan O'Brien was kind of emerging, but also someone was about to breathe down Blake Barnett's neck there from behind. I mean, they were bearing down on him quickly.
Yeah, so big 3rd down for Montrose here.
3rd and 8. Man, that stopped the clock. 3:17. Big moment now. Erie's got to find a way to convert. Convert like Shadur and the Buffs did a week ago. Got to get my go Buffs.
Always about the Buffs.
Barnett takes the snap, throws the nice little slant to, or the in-cutting route to Donovan O'Brien. I think that's going to be just a yard short. They needed 8. They got 7. That'll bring up 4th and 1 with 3:07 left. I think if you're Erie, I think it's a no-brainer. You go for it.
Yeah. Because Montrose, even if you don't pick up this first down, Montrose still has to go down and score, get an onside kick, and go down and score again in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Math.
Though, I guess Montrose could score a touchdown and then kick a field goal for a tie, or 2-point conversion, field goal for a win. So, but still a lot of work for the Redhawks to do if they want to come back and win this game.
As you can tell, our camera's not in the most opportune spot. Nothing we can really do. Montrose fans starting to bail. I think we will see a flood of them bail if Erie gets the first. I will say this, if they do, sometimes that messes with the bandwidth when everyone stands up at once, so we might lose you for a second. 4th and 1, big play here. Barnett in the shotgun. All-out blitz coming for Montrose, and a timeout, and the Tigers had it, a design on that would have had it, and it is a false start on Erie.
That is unfortunate for the Tigers there, and that gives Montrose more of a chance.
Yeah, what do you do now if you're Erie? I mean,
looks like maybe a pooch punt coming up. Could see that.
Yeah, Barnett in the punt formation. Montrose parents trying to get the crowd to stand up, but Barnett in the shotgun now, alone. Can the Tigers convert on 4th and 6? Gets him to jump. That was all they were trying to do, was get him to jump, and they did, and now it's going to be 5 yards back the other way.
So 4th and 1 once again for the Tigers.
Oh, you know, with the officials conferencing like this, okay, they will call that offside. I thought just for a moment on a pretty obvious call that when you conference that maybe you're saying, were they baited? No, not baited. So 4th and 1, Barnett going to run it behind his blocker, and the big fella has 3 yards and a first down with 3:02 left, and that probably will not make it final, but it's going to move it once again. That win probability needle, 99%. Unofficially, of course.
Yes. Very, very unofficial. But Tigers just need one more first down, and they can make it 100%.
Barnett gonna watch the back judge, so he's just gonna stand here until he sees that back judge count it down. Hand up, so 10 seconds left on the play clock. 5, and he'll snap it, gives it to Lusk, and Lusk, a good run there. And you always want to know what kind of football team you have, and I think one of the telling signs is always, can you run the ball when you need to run it? Can you impose your will on the offensive line against a good team and just grind it out? And the Tigers doing that here tonight.
Yeah, that has been all game for the Tigers, just running it right down the throat of Montrose, and that is really provided most of their yardage in this game has been the run game. A few long passes, but the connections between Barnett and his receivers have been not as much as we've seen in past games tonight.
You know, if I'm the Montrose coach and I go in, you say, hey, all our goals are still out in front of us. And if you look at this game, it's 2 or 3 completions from being a totally different game that were easily catchable balls.
Yep, dropped balls has been a big story tonight for Montrose.
2:19 remaining. Handoff up the middle. Tolliver kind of dancing around, trying to set up blocks, and he'll lean his way forward for a yard. So 2:09 and counting.
Montrose out of timeouts.
So Barnett and company will let this fully drain. our Worth Chiropractic player of the game. You got to text us, Zach. Got to let us know what you think. I know what I think, defensively anyways.
Yeah.
Tolliver, nice little job just kind of fighting for yards. It'll be 4th and short here, but he did a good job picking up 2 or 3. If it's Mr. Bird's choice, this was one of the best games I've seen number 3 play at safety. He was everywhere tonight, making big tackles, physical hits, an interception, a break up there on a 4th down. Blake Barnett, the player of the game, but on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And we'll see what Mr. Worth has to say. 4th and short, sneak up the middle. Tigers got it, and that will do it with 56 seconds left to play. Tigers are going to move to 2-1. Montrose will drop to 1-2. They have had a tough slate, has Montrose. Playing Palmer Ridge, who is listed as the number 1 team, and Erie, who might be the number 1 team.
Yeah, and my Worth Chiropractic player of the game would be Jackson Kogel, and his presence on the inside run tonight. Tigers really did a great job going against the run of Montrose tonight, and that is why they've won this game.
So they'll kneel it down here. And they'll only need to kneel it once. Peeking in with the back judge. Hand isn't even up yet. Now it goes up. And there's the kneel. Montrose firing off the ball there. And Barnett will run it to the sideline, and the Tigers will win it by a final score of 38-28. Any thoughts on this one?
I thought this was maybe the best game I've seen the Tigers play in the last maybe 2 years. The Ponderosa game second half was close, but this all around the Tigers were a complete team today. Their defense was incredible against the run game. It was just a couple trick plays that bit them. They only gave up 3 touchdowns, and then the offense, the run game was incredibly strong, and that is something the Tigers can build on over the next few weeks. They got a tough schedule coming up, but if the Tigers play like this, they can win all of those games.
Well, thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Ian, for making the trip out. Appreciate it. Carson, the 2 hour, what am I saying? You wish it was 2 hours. 5-hour drive out here. Appreciate it. Everyone across the Erie Tiger Network, for all of them, I'm Brandon Bird. I'll give you a go Buffs. Let's beat the Huskers. And until next time, Tiger fans, I'll chirp at you later.